I need to stop being lazy and start whipping out the camera no matter where I'm at, because thoughts that I have on particular subjects come to mind like at the most inopportune times, in the shower, in the kitchen while I'm cooking, trying to watch something, talking with somebody, and just inopportune times to actually stop and record my thoughts on particular subjects and situations. And we all know the number one topic on this planet right now that has just totally consumed the populace of the entire world, just about. And unless you're, some remote tribe in the Amazon that doesn't even have contact with the outside world, all the rest of us with any sort of technology knows what the number one subject on this planet is right now. Here in the United States, if you've been paying attention even a little bit and actually watching and listening to the reports that we get on a daily basis from your local government, from your state, and from the federal government, the task force that have been put in place in all sectors seem to have somewhat the same message. Now, your local officials can't really speak on that because there are so many mayors and so many governors in this country that you'll have to actually take what I'm saying as what's happening here in the state of Mississippi. But I do know people in other states, and I watch people in other states, whether it be on Twitch, watching a stream, and I listen to the conversations that people have as far as the situation that we're in at the moment. And you would think that even though these peoples don't show one inkling of a symptom, you would almost think that some people actually want to have COVID-19. And I'm perplexed by that. I've seen people in utter outrage that they can't get a test. These same people show zero symptoms of this virus. And it's amazing to me that they would be so self-centered and selfish to think that they are special. But, of course, this is 2020, and that is the world we live in today. You would think that a person would, with rational thinking, would thank their lucky stars that they don't have symptoms, especially if you're in the public sector, working around people, whether it be retail, working at a gym, working at a grocery store, whatever. And you come in contact with people on a daily basis and products and items that all these people that we come in contact with from all over the world, especially down here, everything that they're touching and we're touching after them, not knowing where their hands have been, not knowing who sneezed on something, coughed on something, licked on something, wet on something, whatever. And if you don't have these symptoms, which the most typical, it's about to get bright, the most typical of these are fever, dry cough, tiredness, and in some cases, respiratory problems, really hard to breathe, asthmatic almost. And even though some people don't have these symptoms, they demand to be tested. The outrage against the United States, against their country, against wherever, is escalating in a ridiculous manner. I literally saw a guy yesterday, watched him for hours, just over here while I was doing what I had. Over here on this computer, playing whatever game it is, reading whatever news, watching whatever video. And I was watching over here on the side with the volume kind of low. And he was doing some type of challenge or whatever it was, doing push-ups. And then a little later, got up and he was playing with his dog. He's got a pit bull or something, I don't know. Pulling, tug of war and all that, playing around. Did more push-ups. And in none of these scenarios did I ever see this guy breathe hard, start coughing uncontrollably, having to drink excessive amount of water or liquids or whatever to quench his thirst, you know, feel feverish or whatever, but demanded, was outraged that he couldn't get a test for the coronas. And I'm confused about that. Like, do you actually want to have it? Like, do you think there's some gain from you having it? You're not going to get a cookie. You're not going to get extra money. You're not going to get a pat on the back. It's almost like people are looking for a pity party when it comes to situations like this. Be thankful that you don't have symptoms. Be thankful that you're not passing it on to your parents that may have underlying conditions, older people. Be thankful that you have your good health. Don't be wishing that on anything like that on yourself. And be thankful that the people that are getting tested are being taken care of, especially whenever the priority is and has been said time and time again. EMTs, first responders, police, fire, federal people, the people that matter, nurses, doctors, all the people on the front line. Those are the people that matter. You sitting back there behind a camera playing a video game doesn't matter. I'm sorry. You don't. Not even me. I don't matter. I'm working behind locked doors at my work. I'm thankful that I still have employment. Our company was gracious enough to close the store to the public, but continue to let us work. Now, I've been taking a little PTO here. I've been milking it a little bit, using my personal time off. Been taking Mondays and Fridays off the past 2 weeks. I'm not even sad about that. I'm working a 3-day work week until this blows over. And the reason being is that I want to have as least contact as possible with the people I work with. Not that I don't trust them, not that I don't trust they would do the right thing, but this whole social distancing thing is not a bad idea. The 6 feet thing is probably a good idea on a daily basis, unless you're with someone that you really, really trust. But it's confusing to me how it's a bad thing. Be thankful that you still have your health, that your lights are on. And I know there's certain places, there's a viral video going around out there where, there's some place somewhere. I didn't really I heard it on the radio. I saw the video, didn't watch it. They played it on the radio. I heard it. Where they were talking about they were cutting people's lights off and this and that and the other, yada, so forth, and yada, people working check to check and whatever. My suggestion, just going out on this limb, rather than going and spending all your money on bullshit you don't need, like 175 rolls of toilet paper, pay your water bill, pay your electric bill. There's essentials that we must have on a month in, month out basis. Water, electric, and everything else is luxury, including your telephone. And you can get you an Obama phone still. I know a guy at work that's got one. But those two things, and your rent, I guess we did throw that out there, rent and house note. But Craft Chest, I'm unemployed. I got laid off. I lost my job. Surely they paid you for the last couple of weeks that you worked. Surely. Ours did. I just got paid today. I was actually kind of happy seeing mine. I was like, hey, that's a couple more dollars than I actually get. Taking my PTO. You know what I mean? And my priorities went as such. I checked my water bill. Do I need to pay it? Nope, I'd already paid the last check. I checked my electric bill. Yep, it's due. Let's go ahead and pay that $93. All right, my phone's off. Okay, I didn't have to pay the water bill, so let's turn the phone back on. It was off today. All right, just one day. Big whoop. It's not a priority of mine. Because like I've said time and time again, go back years, and I've told people, this is an expenditure that's a luxury. You could have a Cricket for $15 a month and you'd be just mighty fine. Because if somebody needs to get in touch with you that bad, dial the number. But I don't want to digress on that. We're talking about essentials, food. All right, you don't have to have every loaf of bread and every chicken breast and all the hamburger meat. I feel like I'm in a Friday movie right now. Every time I come in the kitchen, you in the kitchen. Eating up all the hog maws, all the pig feet, all the pickled okra. I mean, that's just... Every time I come in here, I mean, and then you end up eating dry cereal because you didn't drink up all the milk. But my point is there's essentials that we must worry about. And it seems like the more days that go by, people become less and less rational about their person, them, you, me, as individuals. Not everybody. But our priorities should always be the same. If you don't have enough to pay your water, cable, electric, your phone bill, and food on the table for the month following, just in case, then you're doing it wrong. It could happen to me. As a matter of fact, it has happened to me. But I tightened up my bootstraps, dusted off my Cochrans, pressed up my uniform, and I moved on down the road until I made it work and got back to work. Been there, done that. Literally got a t-shirt for it. So keep in mind, don't be wishing stuff on yourself. If you don't have this, thank your lucky stars that you have your health. If you're sitting at the house without employment and you got kids and everything else, the one thing that makes me the saddest is every single time there's a news post that somebody reads, I'm a mother with X amount of kids. And my question is to you men out there, where are the fathers? What are you doing to take care of your family? You made them, take care of them. That's where we lose in this big battle as people, as citizens of this planet. No matter where you live, you never hear, I'm a father with 2 children. You know why? Because that's not as big a pity party as it is. But at the same time, I don't know what happened in your relationship, to make you not be together. But in most cases, the men walk out on the women's. For whatever reason, that's just what happens. And then that's where you come up with the term baby mama. All right? Just saying. This is the time where those people need to step up. And if you're with somebody else, tell them, look, I love you, but that is my family too. Anyway. But you see where I'm coming from? And I don't want to lose the message. I'm not trying to be on a soapbox. I'm not trying to read a script. I'm just doing a one take of things that I think about on a daily basis. We need to really focus in on what values of life are really important. And no matter who I've talked to since this has been a thing, because this is the biggest disruption of life. Forget natural disasters, forget hurricanes, which is a natural disaster, earthquakes or whatever that may have happened here. This has pretty much stopped the entire country, except for the exceptions of some companies. Not everybody. I know that like your big giants out there, Target, Walmart, I think Academy's still open, PetSmart's still open. You still got Dollar General. They're a giant, believe me. They got 5,000 plus stores, maybe more than that. They may have 10,000, but they're everywhere. Have a look. All right, people are still going. They're just going in a different manner. The auto parts industry, you got those places still open. Essential places, essential businesses. All right, and if you're not working one of these jobs, I sympathize with you. You're not getting income. If you have one of those jobs where you don't have PTO, I sympathize with you. I was lucky enough when I went back on my job, I had a 1-year probationary period to make sure I was going to stay. After that, the last 8 years that I was there kicked back in and I got all my benefits back after my 9th year. So I'm sitting pretty. as far as PTO is concerned for the next couple of months. Now, if it goes farther than that, I'm going to have to come up with another plan. But my bills are paid until the end of April. So we good on that. So as long as, we get halfway back to normalcy, I'll be all right. Including the food and fuel and everything else that comes in between. And I wish everybody else out there well, as far as that is concerned. I don't have a lot of pennies, but I'd be more than happy and have and will help out individuals that have circumstances beyond their control with helping paying the water, helping paying the electric, putting food on the table. Most times I just do it. I don't even mention it without even thinking about it, because that's who I am. And I guess that's the bottom line. We need to step back and to use something that I really think is cheesy at times, but this is an appropriate time. This is one of those times where we need to step back and look in the mirror. Who are you during times like this? Because times like this will do one of two things, maybe even three. It'll bring the best out of people, it'll bring the worst out of people, and then those that do nothing. Who are you?